Hey folks, so this is Growl from Vigor Games. Now, right off the bat, I'm going to be honest, this type of game is not personally my cup of tea. Okay, it's a variation on the werewolf game, which most of you will be familiar with from cons and whatnot. It's a big enough variation to have merit. And I've certainly watched some stuff online about it. Big Simon backed this on the Kickstarter. This is his in deep full pledge, and I can't fault the value that he's got and the quality of the game and components. Yeah, it's worth the money that he has paid, quite frankly. It looks very, very pretty. It's just a personal taste that those sort of whodunit around the table type games, they just don't push any buttons for me. But that doesn't mean that we can't give airtime and show you something that has been very well done, that mechanically works, and indeed a lot of people really like it and enjoy it. It's only fair. So, kick off. Obviously, there's lots of stuff here. The things we'll dispense with because we're not going to be doing anything with them really for your eyes, so to speak. There is an additional set of the base cards. As far as now, I'm going by what Simon has told me. So there's base cards in here, additional set, full set of sleeves for everything you've got that are all themed and color coded to the package as well. So that's really nice. No running about hunting for what you need. And the fact that they're bespoke to the game, that's just a lovely little touch. There is an expansion in the box, but there is also another expansion here that adds punishments and rewards for the players to the game, the 7 Deadly Sins, and the Undead expansion. So, you know, it is all in. Everything's there. This is another upgrade where it's that most beloved of upgrades, the metal coins, and that's a hefty little package and very nice indeed. Always like a nice set of coins because you can use them in other games. Leave that for a minute. So this is the box itself, done with the teeth on the side, which is it's nice, and it's a pretty package. It looks the part. It's a very nicely put together box. Lovely graphics, lovely art. There's nothing that I've looked at about this that I can fault in terms of its presentation or its quality, how it's put together, everything. Top dollar and really, really nice. The box itself is one of those magnetized closures. And here it's showing you the expansions, and the idea behind that is, and this is really nice too, just skip past all this, are really well put together. Now it is cardboard, but it looks fairly durable there. The inserts for where everything has to go. So yeah, that I think is really nice. It's a mile that they didn't have to go. Yeah, you know, I don't know what I was going to say there. I kind of went a bit blank. I felt like I was going to say something else about the insert, then realised I'm just going to repeat myself. We've got the day and night cards and whatnot here. These are very good cardstock pieces, and there's 3 sets of those in there. And then we have the expansion that we mentioned earlier. So that is the Curses expansion. And this is the thing here. This is actually showing you where the expansions go, their idea behind where the expansions get separated out into and whatnot into the dividers. So that's a nice touch. You've got the base game, then you've got the cards for going up in numbers of players as well. Because there's slightly different rules depending on the numbers of people that you work with. You've got the basic card coins. You've got a little baggie for your coins. Not sure how that's going to work with yeah, it should actually. Yeah, it should work with the metal coins. So they thought ahead on that one too. The cute part is this. And I have to give credit where credit's due. Why have they given me a pencil case? Well, watch and learn. Because the whole idea, I'll take this off camera for a moment because it'll be worth the wait. You probably can still see what I'm doing anyway. I haven't got it on very well, but I don't want to keep you waiting too long. And the idea is, look at that wee chappy there. It's a little furry werewolfy sleeve for your box so that you can still see his wee teeth. Or I think it can close right over to keep everything from falling apart. And then you just slide it off. Isn't that cute? It is cute. In many respects, that wins it for me. I just find that really amusing. I thought that was quite cute, though you need to watch them googly eyes only glued on, so they might go disappearing on you someday. But as a wee novelty, I mean, you know, in terms of silly stretch goals and things, that's kind of funky. The idea behind the game is fairly straightforward. You've got a day phase and a night phase. You've got the same thing where people get their starting hands. Some people are going to know they're a werewolf at the start of the game. Some people are going to know they're humans. Everyone closes their eyes. There's a countdown. The werewolves all open their eyes so they all know each other. And then over the course of 3 nights, the werewolves have the job of killing all the humans. The humans win as long as a human survives. And the idea is that at the end of the 3rd night then, the werewolves have to start howling in unison, and if there's a human still alive at the table, they have to stand up and cheer and jeer, and yay, the humans have survived, ha ha ha, sick and news. They have rules for keeping track of the gold that you acquire through the game, so if you play multiple games over the course of an evening, the person with the most coins then, regardless of whether they're alive or dead, is King Wolf or Queen Wolf. Depending on your preferred terminology for that, I guess. Rulebook is fairly robust, but then it is dealing with all the expansion cards and what they add as well. And it does seem to be, I'm reading one of those games, you're going to play it a couple of times with nothing but the plain vanilla to get the sort of flow of it into your heads and then start adding in. And I think that's where the variation on the standard sort of werewolf games really going to come into its own, is what these other cards will do for you. Typical thing though, they're giving you the tips for how to best behave if you're a wolf and how to, you know, put suspicion onto other players or indeed draw suspicion onto yourself. For humans, how to best use your wounds. The humans act during the daytime where they can attack the wolf or attack the other characters. The wolves can attack in the day or the night, but during the daytime I think obviously they draw more attention to themselves through their suspicious choice of targets and things like that. And there you have it. I mean, as I said at the start, it's not a game that I would be queued up to play. I just don't have an interest in those styles of games. But what we do have is an appreciation for a well put together, well packaged game. You know, and you can appreciate the artistic intent, you can appreciate the energy and thought that's been put in, and certainly on the reading, it all seems to be there that this should work as a fairly well-oiled game. So if you like that style of game, if you enjoy that larger group card game where it's, you know, trying to pick out the ones among the table who are the bad guy, I'm reminded of the likes of Salem as well, works in a similar fashion where you've got the witches and the witch hunters. So if you enjoy that, I think certainly this will probably deserve a place on your shelf and will fit very nicely with your group. Again, if that's the sort of thing you enjoy playing, it will offer you new ideas, it will offer you some new ways of doing things that you haven't done before, but it'll be familiar enough territory as well. But I do have a feeling, all punning aside, that you won't be left growling at how bad it is. No, that's just an awful joke. Let's not use that one. Let's edit that one out. Actually, we're not going to bother editing it out. We'll just leave it there. I was going to say howling with laughter in the house. That would have been better. Yeah, we'll go with howling with laughter. How about that? Win. Go out in a high. That's what my granddad always used to say.